Hello everyone, welcome back to Learn with Anil. Today, as part of language learning, I am going to tell you a story. After listening to this story, try repeating the same story in your own words and try recreating the same emotions that are involved in this story. Through this practice, we are going to improve our language and we are going to improve expression also. Shall I begin my story? Thank you. It all happened in a school. It was the reopening day of the school. Mrs. Thompson, the teacher, stood in front of her 5th grade class on the reopening day of the school. She made some false promises in her classroom. Like most teachers, she looked at her pupils and said that she loved them all the same, that she would treat them all alike. And that was not possible because the moment she saw the boy sitting in the last bench in front of her, she developed a kind of, a sort of hatred. He was not so well dressed. His clothes were they were not washed properly. It seemed as if he did not take bath for more than a week. And the name of the boy was Teddy. And this Thompson, the teacher of the class, happened to see this boy Teddy 1 year ago in the school. She saw him being inactive in all ways without involving in any of the activities at school. And now that she became the teacher of the class, she found him to be a dull and useless child. After a few months, Thompson had marked all zeros in the answer sheets of Teddy because he did not write anything and his performance was very poor in the examinations, and she awarded all zeros in the examinations. And that was a disgust for her. She became really irritated with the very presence of this boy in the classroom. He was not active, he did not perform well in the examinations, and nothing good about this boy. She even went to the head of the school to complain on this child Teddy about how useless this boy is for the class. And she told he is an irritation for everyone in the classroom. And the head of the school, after listening to all her concerns about the boy, he stood up. He stood up slowly and he handed her a file to be studied. She took the file in disgust, went home and threw it on the bed because she was worried why the head of the institution was not listening to her words and not heeding for the complaints. She got relaxed, and after a few hours she remembered that there was a file on the bed. Slowly she took it and she opened it. It was the student report record of the boy Teddy. When she started to read it, she was in for a surprise. These are the lines written by his first grade teacher. You know what the first grade teacher wrote? Teddy is a bright and a happy child with a ready laugh. He does his work neatly and has good manners. He is a joy to be around. Those were the lines written by the first grade teacher. And she further opened, and the second grade teacher wrote, Teddy is an excellent student, well liked by all his classmates, but he is troubled by his mother. She has a heart problem and life at home must be a struggle. And then she further opened. His third grade teacher wrote, Teddy continues to work hard, but the sudden death of his mother made him so inactive. Teddy's happy face has gone with his mother's demise. And Teddy's fourth grade teacher wrote, Teddy is a very dull student and he doesn't show any interest in studies. He doesn't have friends and he is a problem child. And all these are the words expressed by the fourth grade teacher. After going through all this, there were only tears in the eyes of Thompson. She cried out loud. And the very next day it was Christmas. And so she entered the class with a smile. And she wore a wonderful dress and she entered the class with a smile. She wished all the children a very, very happy Christmas. All were very happy and smiling except that little Teddy who was sitting in the last row and he was hiding himself. All have brought beautiful presentations for the teacher, gifts for the teacher. And Mrs. Thompson received all the gifts and she called Teddy. Have you brought anything for me? Haven't you brought anything for me? She called Teddy and asked this question. And Teddy was hesitating to give something in his hands. He was hiding it from behind and he was not showing it to the teacher. And something that was wrapped in a brown colored paper. It was a box. It was covered with a brown paper. Thompson called the boy closer and slowly took the box. Wow, what a beautiful present it is. She asked Teddy if she could open it. Teddy was silent, and Thompson, she had opened it slowly. Some of the children started laughing when she found a bracelet made of beads and stone, with some stones are missing in the bracelet. And also there is one more thing, a half-used perfume bottle. These two were the things kept in that box, and he had presented that to the teacher. When the other kids were laughing, she told the other children not to laugh. And she spoke to Teddy with a smiling face. She said how beautiful was the gift and how pretty the bracelet was. And she also asked, "Shall I wear this?" And Teddy smiled. She wore that bracelet and sprayed some perfume on her hand and said it was wonderful. The bell rang. Thompson left the class. After the last hour of the school, she saw the little boy Teddy, standing in the corridor waiting for something. And Teddy asked, "Ma'am, can I talk to you?" She looked at the boy and smiled. "Yes," she said, "the gift was wonderful. You see, I'm still wearing the bracelet." And Teddy said, "Ma'am, can I speak to you? Can I touch your hand?" She said, "Yes, you can touch my hand." Teddy held the hand of the teacher and he smelled her hand and said, "Ma'am, can I ask you something?" She said, "Yes." "You smell just like my mom. This bracelet is my mom's, and the perfume I gave you is also of my mom's. You smell just like my mom. Can I call you my mom?" After listening to this, there were only tears in the eyes of Thompson. Controlling her tears, she said, "Yes, my boy, you can call me mom." Teddy had a very bright smile. He kissed her hand and ran. From that day, Thompson paid particular attention on this boy called Teddy. She encouraged him. He responded so fast, and by the end of the year, he had become one of the smartest children in the class, and he had also become the teacher's pet. All the kids used to call him the teacher's pet. A year later, she found a note under the door from Teddy, telling her that of all the teachers I had in elementary school, you are the best teacher and you are the best mom. 6 years went by before she got another note from Teddy. He then wrote that he had finished his high school, third in the class, and she was still his favorite teacher of all time. 4 years after that, she got another letter. He had graduated from college with the highest of the honors, and he assured Mrs. Thompson, and these were the lines written, "You are still my favorite teacher and you are the best mom." Now Teddy is not just Teddy, he is Dr. Teddy. The story doesn't end here. Teddy wrote another letter to Thompson that he was going to marry the girl he loved. And he requested Thompson to come to his wedding and to be his mom on that day. On that special day, Thompson wore the bracelet of Teddy's mother and sprayed the same perfume that smelled like his mother. Now, Dr. Teddy came to his teacher and he gave a grand welcome to Mrs. Thompson, and he had offered a chair which was decorated fully with flowers. Came to Mrs. Thompson, hugged her and said, "Thank you so much, Mom. Thank you so much. You are the best teacher. You are my favorite and you are my best teacher." And when she listened to that, and those days, she recollected all the days and she whispered back in his ears and said, Dear Teddy, you have it all wrong. You were the one who taught me that I could make a difference. I did not know how to teach until I met you. You see, you can never tell what type of impact you may make on another's life by your actions. Consider this fact in your venture through life. Thank you.